Good evening, YouTube. This is one of your great Canadian nerds here to talk to you about my Blu-ray collection. I've got over 135 Blu-rays. I've been collecting them over the past few years, and partly that's because, well, ever since I was a little kid, I've loved movies. I had hundreds of VHSs growing up. I would watch them religiously. I had a ton of DVDs. Once I got into high school and was able to get myself a DVD player, my DVD collection exploded. Recently, I've been bringing my DVD collection up onto Blu-ray when the Blu-rays come out. Now, with that presents a couple of problems. Number one problem, of course, I'm paying money for something that I already have. Technically, I did the same thing with VHS, so, oh well, you do what you can do, right? The Blu-rays also present the problem where sometimes the DVD actually was better than the Blu-ray, either with special features or with just the image quality more suiting the DVD format than suiting the updated Blu-ray high-definition format. So, don't get me wrong, a lot of these movies that you're going to be seeing, I really do like, and I will watch a lot of the time. I've split this list into 7 of the worst, 7 of the best. I've combed over my collection with a fine-tooth comb. These are the ones that either frustrate me every single time I even look at the case, I automatically think what's wrong with it, or they're the ones that as soon as I see them, I have a hard time looking at any other movie because I want to watch one of these top 7. So, what makes a Blu-ray properly fit into my category for being a best of Blu-ray? What is it that I look for in a Blu-ray, to be more specific? I look for special features, number 1. Number 2, I look for commentaries. I love commentaries. You get to know more about the movie, more about the people who have made the movie, and it's, in my case, it's like getting to know a friend in a way that you never would have heard of before. I'd learn more about the movies through the commentary than I do from just watching them. Same reason why I like behind-the-scenes featurettes. Because some of the times, a lot of these casts are having a lot of fun behind the set. A lot of the time, there's problems that happen on set that you don't even hear about. Or don't even bring themselves into the movies. But when you see the behind-the-scenes stuff, it kind of shows these problems. And as a cinemaphile, I really do enjoy seeing that. I like knowing all these little ins and outs about different movies. And I'm well aware, all my friends out there, I know you guys hate me because of this, because whenever we start playing a movie trivia game, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. It's kind of embarrassing. So, special features, good quality video audio, behind the scenes, and if you're gonna give me deleted scenes, please edit them back into the cut of the movie. I want to see the movie as it was on before the scenes went to the cutting room floor. Sometimes it makes a difference for the good, sometimes it makes a difference for the bad, but there's enough capacity on a Blu-ray disc. Show me these things. I'd like to see them. So, without any more ado, we shall get into it. I'm going to start off with the worst, and here you go. Number 7. I love this movie. I've watched this movie easily 30 times since I bought it. And, well, I guess you'll understand why in a moment, because nerd, which is the 2 things people automatically think of when you hear nerd, Star Trek or Star Wars. Hello, it's Fanboys. You know what my problem is with this disc? There is no menu. When you put this into your Blu-ray player, mine is a PS3. When I put this into my PS3 and hit play, it'll automatically pick up from the last time that I watched this movie. It was doing that on my old Blu-ray player at the same time. It's ridiculous. Give me a menu. I don't mind clicking the option to have play. What I do mind is having to fast forward the movie to the end of the credits, let the disc reset itself, and then I can watch it again. That's a waste of my time. I don't want to have to let it play all the way through, because it won't just stop and go back to a menu. DVDs had this right. They would stop and go back to a menu. Sometimes after playing for a second time, but they would at least find a final stopping point. This doesn't, and it's really annoying. That's why it makes number 7 on my worst list. For number 6. Number 6 has special features. It has commentaries, it has behind the scenes, it has good quality audio, and it has catch-ups videos with the cast in the present day. My problem with this is a Blu-ray that the original format of the movie is just too old and too grainy to have been brought up to the high definition standard. I prefer this on DVD. It looks a lot better on DVD. We're talking about the 70th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz. I love this movie. Please do not get me wrong, I am not hating on The Wizard of Oz. I love The Wizard of Oz. Just this Blu-ray, it makes me disappointed that I paid money for it and bought it. Because it looks like it's being shown on sandpaper. I know it's because the film stock is extremely old. I know it's because it didn't lend itself to a good HD upconverting. And that's why I should have paid more attention and kept with my DVD copy and not actually upgrading to the Blu-ray. So, that's why it's bad, but it's at number 6. Simply because it's hard to watch. It is really hard to watch. Number 5. Almost the same problem as number 6. The DVD version lends itself better than the Blu-ray version. And that is because in Silent Hill, when you get to some of the CGI effects, especially the lava babies, they look horrible on Blu-ray. My suspension of disbelief is entirely ruined because I can clearly see that they were added into the scene. They don't blend well with the backgrounds. Hell, I think actually the Fireys from Labyrinth blended better with the backgrounds than the Fire Babies do in this movie. And that is a really harsh thing to be saying, but it's true. I can keep my suspension of belief in Labyrinth better than I can keep my suspension of belief here watching Silent Hill on Blu-ray. That's why it lands at number 5. Number 4. Independence Day. This has no special features whatsoever. Let me stand corrected. It does have special features. It doesn't have the deleted scenes edited back into the movie that my DVD copy had. That is a disappointment. When a DVD does something better than a Blu-ray, there's a problem. You have your special features. You have commentaries. You have actually 2 commentary tracks. That's not bad. But when the DVD copy is a director's cut and the Blu-ray you just fast track out with the theatrical release and don't give me the director's cut, come on. That was a mistake. I'm really unfortunate that I grabbed this copy and didn't grab the director's cut copy if it's out there. I've heard it's out there, but I haven't been able to find it in stores yet. So I'm going to have to try and look at getting somebody to order it in, because I like those extra few scenes. Sure, it's only like 5 minutes long, but I can't help it. I like those little ins and outs of movies. I like the little extra tweaks that you get with director's cuts. Okay, number 3. This is going to cause a lot of problems. The Star Trek Motion Picture Collection. I bought this originally on DVD in a 10-pack, and it was all 10 movies from Motion Picture to Nemesis. And the best part about that was the first 4 of the original series movies were director's cuts. I got beautiful commentaries, I got behind the scenes, I got documentaries for the makings of, and I'll just double check to see if I actually have those on here. Do I even get the behind the scenes stuff? Yes, I get commentaries. Great. And I get some making of stuff. Perfect. That's what I look for. But the problem is with these, the director's cuts had beautiful scenes that made you care more for the characters and brought you deeper into the world, and they're not on the Blu-ray. God, I wish they were on the Blu-ray. I wouldn't have bought this had I known that they weren't on the Blu-ray. I made a mistake. Not the first time, not going to be the last time. That's why when I look at these, especially Wrath of Khan, I cringe. Wrath of Khan, the director's cut, had some beautiful scenes with Scotty and his nephew, and the theatrical version that's here on the Blu-ray, it doesn't even mention that it's his nephew. So when he carries the dying body of his nephew up onto the bridge, spoiler alert, when he carries the dying body of his nephew up onto the bridge and Uhura is shocked by it and everybody's upset, the emotion's gone. Because now you don't know that this is a family member that's standing there. Number 2. I waited long. I waited a long time for this. I bought it on release day. A buddy of mine, we got into the car, we got driven down to the mall. We grabbed this right after work. We had actually pre-ordered it from work in the office, just to make sure that we could have it there when we got there that day. And I love it. I love owning this collection. But there's a problem with the Star Wars complete saga. And my problem is the word complete. Clearly says it right here. Complete. If this is the complete saga, why is it that there's a documentary on the original DVD release of the special edition trilogy that you have not included here? If you haven't seen it, the documentary is called Empire of Dreams. It's a beautiful documentary talking about the making of New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and starting into the prequel series. I love it. And why isn't it here? I have 3 Blu-rays in this box that are for special features. Why on those 3 Blu-rays, do I not have Empire of Dreams? Why? That doesn't make sense. You could have done it. You should have done it. Why isn't it there? That's why this lands at number 2. Star Wars is my favorite series of all time. And it's in the worst category because you made such a screw-up. What can I hate more than that? Well, how about having to adjust my stereo system's audio every single scene? This audio mix on the director's cut of Watchmen is so poor that when it's just dialogue, they're talking like this and you really can't understand what they're saying. But then when it comes to an action scene, holy crap! You have to turn the stereo system down because you're going to be shaking the plaster off the walls. In an IMAX theater, that works. Yes. But even in IMAX, it wasn't this bad. I saw this in IMAX, and I don't remember having a hard time hearing the dialogue. This, I have to turn it up to be able to hear the dialogue, and then have to quickly turn it down again to be able to watch the action scene without waking up my upstairs neighbors. This is a problem. It's a stupid problem that should have been fixed. I get my special features here. I'm happy. I got 24 minutes of a director's cut. It's one of the that's one of the main reasons that I bought it. Due to the audio system, I've only put this on twice. And it frustrated the crap out of me both times. That's why this takes the coveted number 1 of my worst Blu-ray collection spot. Now that we've got the anger out of the way, let's move on to the best. Now, here's a movie that upgraded from DVD to Blu-ray properly. Coming in at number 7, Ghostbusters. Oh yeah. This Ghostbusters. This movie is fantastic. Now, what you get here, not to mention there's 5 exclusives that are exclusive to the Blu-ray. All the special features from the DVD are here. That is wicked. I love that. The audio commentary track for this, if you've never seen it, is hilarious. It's not just a sound guy or a post-production guy doing the commentary. No, you get the director, Ivan Reitman, you get the producer, Joe Majek. Joe Majek? I'm probably saying your name wrong, sorry. And you get Harold Ramis. Egon, one of the co-writers and actors of this movie, is on the commentary track. And these three guys have a hilarious time while they're talking about the movie while it's playing. I highly recommend everybody watch this movie with that commentary on. It is so much fun. Okay. Number 6. And my friends out there, if you ever watch this video, you can yell at me all you want. A lot of you already have yelled at me all you want. But I can't help it. I love it. I don't care that everybody else says it's the worst in this trilogy. Now quadrilogy. It's Pirates of the Caribbean 3 at World's End. There's a magic about this movie that I love. And the special features are amazing. I have commentaries. I have a making of. I get bloopers. I get deleted scenes. It is so much fun to watch this movie, and when I put this on, I'm in another world. I'm gone. My suspension of disbelief totally kicks in, and this easily earns its spot in my top collection. I've watched this movie so many times. I'm happy that I got it. Number 5. Number 5 is actually the first Blu-ray I ever bought when I got my Blu-ray system. Serenity. And I'm really going to drive a stake into my own grave for this, but I watched Serenity before I ever watched Firefly. I know that is very bad. I'm sorry. I have since bought and watched Firefly, and I love it. But I saw Serenity first. The commentary is really good, and there's 2 commentaries. You get one with just the director, and that's talking about the deleted scenes, but then you get a commentary with the director and the cast members. That is fantastic. I love that. It is so much fun to watch. The outtakes are hilarious. I find myself watching the outtakes every single time before I put the movie on, just because they're that funny. That's why it's this movie. It's what I want. It's what I want from a Blu-ray, and it's one of the better versions of what I'm looking for in a Blu-ray. Easily makes itself number 5 on my list. Number 4. I saw this in theaters, and it's the only 3D movie that I love. That just gave it away. It is Avatar. And what you're seeing here is the 3-disc collector's edition. This has 3 different copies of the movie. The theatrical, a version that's 8 minutes longer, and a version that's 16 minutes longer. And the version that is 16 minutes longer, I understand so much more about what's going on. I really get more of the emotion coming out of Dr. Augustine as to why she just can't stand the military being involved on this project. The commentaries, I enjoyed them. I love the special features on this, and this movie on Blu-ray looks so beautiful. Oh my god, does it ever look so beautiful. This is one of the best movies. If I'm in a bad mood, I'll throw it on. My suspension of disbelief will kick in, and I'm just in another world. It is fantastic. Now, you thought I waited long for Star Wars to come out on Blu-ray. Not nearly as long as I waited for this. The theatrical version of Return of the King can go to hell. It doesn't exist. I don't care that it won all the awards. The extended edition is the only edition that matters. This is fantastic. Not only do I get all the special feature discs from the Blu-rays, or from the DVDs, sorry, I get an additional disc added to each of these movies. More special features. This is the best collection of extended edition stuff that I've seen yet. Thank you, Peter Jackson. I'm so happy for the work that you put into this. Your behind-the-scenes documentaries are amazing for this. Commentaries, fantastic. Thank you for making Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. I've been reading the book a lot since I was in high school, and yeah, thank you very much for making this, and thank you for finally giving me the extended edition on Blu-ray. Number 2, Again, another series that it managed to get everything right. I've got documentaries, I've got special features, I've got commentaries with the cast. It is the Alien Quadrilogy. This, if you like Alien, even if you didn't like Alien 3 or Alien 4, gotta get this. You gotta pick this up. The making of totally explains why Alien 3 had problems, because you see the trouble that David Fincher went through trying to make the movie. This opens the franchise up into a whole new light, and any fan of the franchise needs to have this in their collection. It is a must-own. If there's anything out of my collection that I recommend everybody own, it is this. Now, this one's a little bit weird. It doesn't have special features. It doesn't need to have special features. It gave me something that I totally missed. I saw it once on stage, and I missed never getting a chance to see it again. But this right here, the 25th anniversary of the Phantom of the Opera, performed at Royal Albert Hall in England. This is amazing. Not only the Blu-ray is so much better than the DVD. The DVD uses different camera cuts. I've seen the differences between the two of them. Get the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray takes you much closer to the stage. It's far more immersive. But you really got to check this out. The 25th anniversary is fantastic. The ending final act, when they bring Andrew Lloyd Webber out to talk about it. They bring out some of the original cast members to talk. And my most favorite thing of all, aside from bringing Sarah Brightman back to perform a version of Phantom of the Opera, they bring back 4 of the original Phantoms, including my personal favorite, Colm Wilkinson. I was so happy to see him here. Whenever I watch this, I will have the song stuck in my head for